display, but another example of extra reality.
Does anyone want a piece of cheese?
What's that? Oh, so up at the top is in the upper left corner, and then there'll be a VR mode, but it's really low resolution due to the way that the cameras are set up inside, or the camera, I should say, and so it's not the perfect experience, but you kind of get the idea of what it can do. Now with the new phones with AR kit and such,
yeah, I need something a little heavier. I tried using it.
Yeah. I just don't want to hold it because I'm videoing it.
Okay, well, you guys can try that later. Let's go ahead and move on because we have a whole lot to talk about. We can spend the rest of the 2 hours playing with this, right? Okay, so that's sort of a fun little, app, low cost, and sort of entertaining, right? But there's so much more you can do than entertainment when it comes to virtual reality. The Eon Reality guys know this very well, right? They're professional. And so here is a list of some, examples that you can do, right? All the way from real estate to sports, right? Whether it's sports training or sports spectating, right? Each one of these by themselves, you could break down into further groups. Right? Medical visualization can be all different sorts of ways of, or health applications in general. Or scientific visualization, like we saw in the video. So I'm going to go into, we don't have time to talk about all of those, but that's interesting. My screen is not open. Okay, so we're going to talk about 5 specific applications a little bit. Just some sort of examples of what you can do with virtual reality outside of entertainment. So we'll start with retail, right? So this is a video by 6 Sense that really focuses on bringing the hands and the body into your virtual world. And so the idea here that we'll play is that you're in a storefront, right? You go in and you can try before you buy. In this case, of course, shoes. Right? So take a look at them. Different colors, right? Different shapes, different, maybe they're only showing the size of your feet, right? Why have all the other shoes? Of course, bringing, traditional video, there's nothing wrong with that. That has its advantages, right? You can bring that in. Put them on, see what it looks like. Okay, so you guys get the kind of basic idea, but that's sort of just one example of retail, right? That's sort of a direct sales model of how you might use virtual reality, is that you just select the item you want after you played around with it in VR, maybe you're at home, and then, the next day it shows up in your mail. However, there's a lot of other ways to do retail, right? Lots of ideas, lots of people experimenting with different things. For example, it might just be used for marketing, right? There's nothing wrong with marketing, just getting people to your store, right? If you have a cool demo, there's going to be more people coming into your store, right? Or if you go to the trade shows, if someone has a VR demo and the guys next to them don't, there's going to be a big line for those people wanting to try the VR demo, right? It's going to get very lonely for those guys that don't have the VR demo. It gets crazy. And so for marketing purposes, I think that's a really good fit. And maybe what, in these early days of sort of, virtual reality coming back, that's, I think, a really good place to start. But you can also go further beyond just, looking at the object, right? You can create just, basic marketing. In marketing, you want to connect with the user and get their attention and connect with them emotionally, right? So if you can create sort of that backstory about your product, maybe, going to the shoe example, maybe it's creating a story about the shoemaker, maybe did make the shoe, or maybe didn't, maybe it's more a marketing thing, but connecting with sort of how shoes, a shoemaker, of how shoes are made and what it's like to, be someone that designs shoes. And of course, trying before you buy, right? It's okay if you break these things because they're just virtual. You can break them as many times as you want. But perhaps the biggest, I think, is studying user behavior, right? Going to a store, maybe a sort of an empty warehouse situation, and having people walk through the virtual aisles and such so they feel like you're there. you need to track that information, what they're doing anyways, in order to draw and present information to them. Why not use that information also for analytics, right? What are users, looking at? Where is the most important shelf space? Where should you be putting your product? Or where should you be charging more for, certain parts of the store because that's the place getting attention? Or what are the different designs of the, marketing materials? Yes?
I think that's even necessary with the shutting down of brick and mortar stores. I mean, everybody finds stuff online anyway, so why acquire that? Why not work on, things where, you're wearing shoes that look similar to the cube, and you can look at the, put the shoes on, and then you can just flip through the shoes on your phone. And it gives you a different shoe. If you point at the mirror, you can see what the shoes look like in the mirror, and then you can track that information in your phone and get what analytics of which shoes are the most popular.
Dang.
Play a demo in the
Absolutely.
background, describe the shoe, who made the shoe, who's the designer, I mean, like,
Absolutely.
why would you use the brick and mortar?
Well, I would say, depending who you ask, some people certainly, I shop online. I try to stay away from stores, if all possible. But some people, for some reason, I don't understand personally, but they like going to the stores, right? And some people like going to be social and talk to people. I'm like, what? I want to stay home and play VR, right? But some people are like that. But I think part of that also is you can't, at least in its current form, you can't reach out and have that physical, physicality of trying on the shoe. But you start doing crazy things like this, and maybe you can start bringing the physicality in more. In fact, that's sort of some of the projects we're working on, is not just something simple like this, but more, complex shapes as tools that you can evaluate that's a mix of the physical world and the virtual. So yes, I agree.